Spoonie Stitcher channel. I'm Shannon, the Spoonie Stitcher, and you're inside the stitchery. So happy you're here today. You ready? Number one has to be when people make designs, whether that's for a book or just their own shop, and nobody's tested it. Like you're selling it for profit and it's never been tested. That bugs me because you don't even know if it'll work. You have no idea if it will work. Now, there are some exceptions, like the super simple ones or ones that you've made multiple times. But a lot of people on Etsy, Ravelry, and even book companies, they will just not test them, and then we get frustrated because the patterns don't make sense. Find a couple of testers. It's really not that hard. So yarn that is not comfortable to work with, and that's just a really personal thing. That's just, I think if it doesn't feel good, why would you work with it, you know? Snooty designers. That is, designers that cannot take criticism. I'm not talking about people who go after designers and say, you know, unnecessarily nasty things at them. No, I'm saying you contact a designer and all of a sudden they come at you like you've just, you know, gone after them or something. And all you said was, I found a mistake in your pattern. I just thought you should know. And they can't take it. Okay. I love Hobby Lobby so much, but their yarn labels. The size of the yarn should not be made for people who are the size of ants to be able to read. It's just so tiny. And they're not the only ones, but honestly, we should be able, without a microscope, to be able to read the size of the yarn on the back of the label. Why is that so difficult for people? Why? It's already in its own little box. Why can't we just make the font just a teeny bit bigger? Seriously, with all that blank space that's on a yarn label, and it's like, and you don't have room to expand that box, really? I didn't bring my magnifying glass to the yarn store. Silly me. We shouldn't have to. When you buy individual hooks in a store, like a big box store, and they put that stupid sticker on the hook, not the handle, which I still don't like, but they put it on the metal hook, and then you've got all this goo on your hook. You can't even use it till you get the goo off. Why? Why couldn't you put it on the handle? Or why couldn't you find a way to like make the barcode into the handle? Or I don't get it. Sorry, I just don't get it. Websites that are impossible to use. And I'm not talking about the people who design their own websites and stuff like that. I'm talking about big companies who make the most ridiculous, hard to use websites. Make better websites, companies. It's not that hard. Because obviously, people who have done it all on their own have made better websites than you. Popping hooks. If you know, you know. Hooks that have the silicone grips and the metal piece is all the way through, or even part of the way through, or whatever, can, if they are not properly inset inside the rubber, pop. And I'm not talking about all the way out, which actually is almost better than this option. This is not the one that does it, but this is the correct size. I have a clover hook that drives me absolutely bonkers because it pops out just a little bit and messes me up every time. Because it just, you know, pop. It'll just move like this much, and it'll be enough to screw up my tension. Because I wasn't expecting it, and I have to push it back. I want to completely remove it, like glue the bottom down and then stuff it back in. But here's the problem. I don't know if it will come all the way out or if it's only partially loose. So I hate that, especially when we pay for crochet hooks. They need to work. You know, they don't need to have issues. People pay enough money for these. Don't have issues. Okay, rant over.